Numbers 23. And Balaam said unto Balak, Build me here 7 altars, and prepare me here 7 oxen and 7 rams. And Balak did as Balaam had spoken, and Balak and Balaam offered on every altar a bullock and a ram. And Balaam said unto Balaam, Stand by thy burnt offering, and I will go. Peradventure the Lord will come to meet me, and whatsoever he sheweth me, I will tell thee. And he went to an high place. And God met Balaam, and he said unto him, I have prepared 7 altars, and I have offered upon every altar a bullock and a ram. And the Lord put a word in Balaam's mouth, and said, Return unto Balak, and thus thou shalt speak. And he returned unto him, and lo, he stood by his burnt offering, he and all the princes of Moab. And he took up his parable, and said, Balak the king of Moab hath brought me from Aram out of the mountains of the east, saying, Come, curse me, Jacob, and come, defy Israel. How shall I curse whom God hath not cursed? Or how shall I defy whom the Lord hath not defied? For from the top of the rocks I see him, and from the hills I behold him. Lo, the people shall dwell alone, and shall not be reckoned among the nations. Who can count the dust of Jacob and the number of the 4th part of Israel? Let me die the death of the righteous, and let my last end be like his. And Balak said unto Balaam, What hast thou done unto me? I took thee to curse mine enemies, and behold, thou hast blessed them altogether. And he answered and said, Must I not take heed to speak that which the Lord hath put in my mouth? And Balak said unto him, Come, I pray thee, and with me unto another place, from whence thou mayest see them. And thou shalt see but the utmost part of them, and shall not see them all, and curse me them from thence. And he brought them into the field of Zophim, at the top of Pisgah, and built 7 altars, and offered a bullock and a ram on every altar. And he said unto Balak, Stand here by thy burnt offering, while I meet the Lord yonder. And the Lord met Balaam, and put a word in his mouth, and said, Go again unto Balak, and say this. And when he came to him, behold, he stood by his burnt offering, and the princes of Moab with him. And Balak said unto him, What hath the Lord spoken? And he took up his parable, and said, Rise up, Balak, and hear. Hearken unto me, thou son of Zippor. God is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent. Hath he said, and shall he not do it? Or hath he spoken, and shall he not make it good? Behold, I have received a commandment to bless, and he hath blessed, and I cannot reverse it. He hath not beheld iniquity in Jacob, neither hath he seen perverseness in Israel. The Lord his God is with him, and the shout of a king is among them. God brought them out of Egypt. He hath, as it were, the strength of a unicorn. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time it shall be said of Jacob and Israel, What hath God wrought? Behold, the people shall rise up as a great lion, and lift up himself as a young lion. He shall not lie down until he eat of the prey, and drink the blood of the slain. And Balak said unto Balaam, Neither curse them at all, nor bless them at all. But Balaam answered and said unto Balak, Told not I thee, saying, All that the Lord speaketh, that I must do? And Balak said unto Balaam, Come, I pray thee, I will bring thee unto another place. Peradventure it will please God that he may curse me them from thence. And Balak brought Balaam up unto the top of Peor, that looketh towards Jeshimon. And Balaam said unto Balak, Build me here 7 altars, and prepare me here 7 bullocks and 7 rams. And Balak did as Balaam had said, and offered a bullock and a ram on every altar. Here we see how little either Balak, the king of the Moabites, or Balaam, the diviner, the whatever, knew about God, or thought about God, or cared about God. And I really don't think from this description that God appeared to Balaam at all. I think basically he felt some inspiration and followed it. But the idea that God would appear to somebody who was doing what he was doing is so contrary to intelligence and righteousness that I cannot believe it happened. What happens? They go to a place where there are high places, these ritual prostitution sites, and they build 7 altars there, which Balaam says, do this. So Balak and his buddies, they build the altars, and they offer up a bullock and a ram. Are these righteous offerings offered by the priesthood of Aaron? No. These are offerings offered by unrighteous worshippers of a God that kills children. That is absolutely grossly perverse in every sense of the word. Are they going to be accepted? Not on your life. And Balaam takes off for a little bit, says a few words, gets maybe a little bit of inspiration, and goes back and he tells Balak, I cannot curse them. And so what does Balak do? Does he accept the word? Not on your life. Hey, listen, this is not a bad spot. The harmonics here are good. The vibes here are no good. Let's go someplace else. Maybe the vibes will be better in another spot. And God will say, because we're in another spot, the vibes will be better and you'll be able to curse him. So Balaam says, sounds divine to me. So they go to another spot, build another 7 altars, offer another 7 bullocks and another 7 rams, equally as inappropriate, equally as unrighteous. And Balaam does the same thing again. You wait here, I'll go off a little bit. He gets a little bit of a message, can't curse him, goes back, tells him you can't curse them, can't bless them. And Balak says, well, don't curse them and don't bless them. Don't do either one. And then they wound up going to another spot, doing the same thing all over again. How many times in people's lives do we get an answer to prayer that says, don't do this. This is morally corrupt. This is not what I, God, want. You are barking up the wrong tree. You're asking me to support something that is crude, unrighteous, vile, disgusting. And we think, oh, well, I'll just ask again tomorrow. Instead of taking a look at what we're doing, what we're asking God to bless, what we're asking Him to sustain us in, and repenting and doing what's right. Now, got to remember, Balaam was known all the way through the scriptures as a soothsayer and diviner. They figured if they gave him enough money, they followed his instructions enough, that he would curse Israel and they might stand a chance against them in battle. Now, it didn't make any difference what Balak wanted. It didn't make any difference if instead of 7 rams and 7 bullocks, he had offered 7 million. It didn't make any difference where he offered them. He did not have the righteous authority to offer sacrifices unto God. He wasn't worshiping God. He was a Baal worshiper. He was worshiping a God that allowed the killing of children, the sacrifice of human beings for fertility cults that basically believed that if you killed people, it would rain. And you would have better crops and better grass. Sure, you want better crops and better grass? What better way to get it than to kill somebody? Makes perfect sense to them. And now you want some God who believes that is morally corrupt and worthy of your death to bless you so that you can fight against the people he has designed are going to replace you because of your moral corruption? Sure, that makes perfect sense. Yes, oh, of course. Some people never learn.